Spotters!
Yep.
Yes.
Shooter ready?
I guess so.
Stand by.
My buddies tell me that to improve my scores, I need to get rid of my big heavy 10 gauge shotguns and antique brass hulls and go to 12 gauge that'll open and close easy and shuck shells and such, and I need to practice loading. So to that end, I've been making my own snap caps, and it's all pretty well the same as everybody else makes them, except maybe a little bit different method. Here are the materials used. I used glue gun sticks, even though I don't have a glue gun. There's 10 of them in this package, 0.28 by 4 inches. This is what they look like, of course, but anyway, the trick was to get them in the primer pocket holes. I'll show that in a little bit here. I used Remington black holes because I didn't have anything else loaded with anything in the black holes. I used 2 packing peanuts just to fill up the hull, and then a thin piece of fiber wad. I would have used nitrocard if I had one, but I didn't. So I just put just a fiber wad and make something to put in the top underneath the roll crimp. And this is what they look like finished. So anyway, I'll show you how I got the glue stick into the primer pocket. Well, we start by depriming the hull, which is pretty obvious. I'm just using my neck here. The next step is to take the glue stick and put a kind of a pencil point on it to get it to start to lead into the primer pocket, because it's a bit too big to start into the primer pocket. I just use this little craft knife and box knife or something, anything sharp will work. I don't know how sharp this is going to be. They're kind of a little bit gooey. I chuck the glue stick into the little lathe I have. I guess a person would have to use a cordless drill or drill press or something like that to go to this next step if you don't have a little lathe. I'm using a little bit of cement, like a Duco cement, but it's just a generic one, to put on this tip to give it just a little bit of lubrication. I don't think it actually does much gluing. I think the heat from inserting this actually bonds it to the hull. I left it stick out about a ½ an inch so I can gauge how far I'm inserting it into the base of the hull. Next step, I put a little bit of that glue on the end of the taper tip. The next step is I'm going to turn on the lathe. We'll give it a try here and see what happens. Now we take the craft knife and cut off what's sticking out. Probably won't be able to see in the bottom there, but it's protruding through the primer pocket into the cavity there about a ½ an inch or so, I guess. Cut a little bit of a time all the way around. Rotate it a little bit, rather than hopefully make it a little square. There we go. Now I'll fill it up with stuff. A little awkward reaching around the camera here, but get the idea. I'll use the press to insert this card. Careful not to get it too far in there. It looks like I got a little farther than I wanted to. but it should be all right. And then you have to kind of experiment closing this. That looks pretty good. A little bit dish, but it'd be all right for what I need it for.